What's up, guys? As you can see, the stock market had a very strong close today. In today's video, we're going to talk about the SPY, the NASDAQ, the IWM, the crypto markets, the 30-year bonds, and the dollar. All right, so without further ado, let's get started with the video. Number one, we can see the dollar. On a daily chart, we can see the dollar is beginning to stagnate a bit. So this stagnation and consolidation is bullish for the stock market, because when we see the dollar showing extreme strength, the stock market is inverse and shows weakness. So as the dollar is starting to consolidate, it gives the market an opportunity for a bounce. So this is that for the dollar. So this is a chart of the 30-year bond on a daily chart, and we can see that it also aggressively bounced today. We opened outside of the lower level of the Bollinger Band, and usually when that happens, that is a sign of extreme overextension to the downside. So that signals very extreme weakness. Generally, when that happens, it is a really high probability that we bounce. So that's why we had this very big green candle today on the stock market, on the 30-year bonds. And because we had this strength out of the 30-year bond and the weakness out of the dollar, that led to strength in the stock market. So now we're going to take a look at the SPY. So remember, guys, we were looking at this yesterday. I was showing you how it is a very high probability chance that we come and retest this 23.6% fib here at 416.19. And I even mentioned that it's also a very good chance that we come and retest the 38.2% fib at 419. So this is essentially a setup and a trade that you can apply for whatever else that you guys want in the future. What you need to do, basically, take the local high. So that is from August 16th. Make a fib line to the most recent low. And from that point on, it is, especially when there's a period of consolidation, it is extremely likely that we come and retest the 23.6% fib, and also extremely likely that we come and retest the 38.2. But it is almost guaranteed that we come and retest the 23.6. And that was what I was saying yesterday. So hopefully everyone had a bit of a bullish bias. As you know, I was saying that that's most likely what was going to end up happening. And we can see that the MACD is not acting sensitive to this move. And that is very bullish. That is very bullish. So usually what we were seeing, for example, on the on Bitcoin, for example, how the MACD was extremely sensitive to moves upwards. This is really good, because we've already broken above multiple levels of resistance here and are already beginning to fill the gap on the SPY. And the MACD still has a lot more room to go before it crosses over. And of course, once it crosses over, we still have another day or two of upward momentum usually. So this is a very bullish setup so far. But everything can change with tomorrow, because Powell is going to be speaking tomorrow morning. So really, like, this is not an automatic reason to become blindingly bullish. We have to be very careful about having an extreme bias either direction tomorrow. So unless you got in at the lows, or if you shorted somewhere around the tops, you have to be very careful about holding anything aggressively while Powell is speaking. All right, so here's that for the SPY. But what I want you guys to take a look at is which fib level and how far away we are from different fib levels we are on the three indices. So on the SPY, we can see that we just crossed above the 38.2. All right. When you look at the NASDAQ, you can see the NASDAQ relatively underperforming compared to the SPY, where it hasn't even touched the 38.2% fib yet. Similar situation with the MACD and also with the RSI bouncing out. Everything is basically showing strength, right? But the NASDAQ is underperforming, whereas the IWM is outperforming both the NASDAQ and the SPY. The IWM already filled its gap, and it's trading very close to the 50% fib. So you can see that it's trading above the 38.2. And this is very interesting. So on the way down, the NASDAQ can be the biggest loser. But on the way up, the IWM is the biggest winner. So yeah, as long as the IWM can continue showing the strength, it can continue pulling the SPY up But again, like, short-term technical analysis does not really matter at this point. Everything, all eyes are going to be on tomorrow's meeting with the Fed. But it's just important to see how the different indices show their relative strength and weakness, and it's important to note which sector and which ETF and indice is showing the most strength and weakness. Now, when taking a look at Bitcoin, you can see how the MACD came extremely oversold, bounced all the way up, and is about to cross above and have a MACD crossover, which is generally supposed to be very, very bullish. But you can see that even using all of this firepower for this MACD oversold condition, we still cannot break above any major level of resistance. So that is very, very scary and bearish actually on Bitcoin. So just be very, very careful about that. But aside from that, yeah, the only other thing that we really have to look for tomorrow is going to be the Fed meeting at 10 a.m. at Jackson Hole. And I'm going to be streaming during this meeting. And we're going to try to trade the market in an intelligent way. So tomorrow should be really, really fun. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe this video if you guys enjoyed it. I'll be going live tomorrow as well, so make sure to subscribe to the channel so you guys can get notifications of when that stuff happens. And aside from that, there's that for today's video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.